Hello, my name is John. My passion is worship, getting it right, restoring its full meaning in our lives. Today, the theme is on Jeremiah, God's chosen worship leader in Judah 6 centuries before Christ. No prophet of God was called to serve as a worship spokesman in the manner that Jeremiah was. This is the first of 5 videos on Jeremiah's call as a worship leader of God. Now, Jeremiah sought to bring people back to the true worship of God. What he did guides worship leaders today. At least that's the intent of my presentation. So why not resurrect Jeremiah to serve today? You mean resurrect a guy that's been dead 2,500 years? That's what I mean. What could he say, you're saying to yourself, that would make sense today? Well, end of the matter, you think. No, not at all. If God used Jeremiah then, couldn't he use Jeremiah again today? Of course he could. Not literally, certainly not literally, but God could use his spirit and his skills resurrected in you and in me in the spirit. That's what my message is about. Now, thinking out loud that you could be another Jeremiah is not far-fetched. Jeremiah lived during a time like our own, a time when people were fixed upon their forms and styles of worship as they are today, rather than on obeisance to the living God. People thronged week after week in the temple. They expected God to satisfy their personal wants and desires. That was their mentality, even though they ignored God's holy laws. God spoke loud and clear through the mouth of his prophet. I'm going to quote now from Jeremiah 2, verse 13. Here's what God said. My people have committed 2 evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewn themselves cisterns that hold no water. Now think of that. They had forsaken expressing and showing their obeisance to God and in preference, they had developed cisterns that hold the water, forms and styles that please them. God sought to control frequent workers through Jeremiah's unexpected warning as he appeared before them as they entered the temple. He brought God's word directly to people when they were entering the gate of the Lord's house. Should they respond to the message that God gave to Jeremiah, he'd send them out to bless the nation. That was the whole concept. I employ the phrase frequent worshipers in a specific manner. They are people who attend the temple to attend the temple to attend the temple. They participated in religious services to feel spiritually satisfied about themselves. That's not uncommon in our own time. However, I'm asking you, as my listener, is this true worship? Is this biblical worship? Doesn't such religious practice focus upon their gain rather than on God's glory? What they can get out of God rather than the obeisance and submission they can give to God. Hasn't God, and I'm asking this as I close, hasn't God become just a pawn in pursuing religious pleasure rather than a blessed Redeemer who is restoring the meaning of our lives? Doesn't God call worship leaders today to wake up worshipers to bona fide worship, making willful obeisance to Christ in dealing with the issues of their daily lives and addressing the needs of the poor, the widow, and the oppressed and the unsaved? My friends, this is the first in a series of 5 on resurrected Jeremiahs. I hope that you'll stay with me for the next 4. The next one is entitled Jeremiah, the Word of the Lord. Thank you for listening. God bless.